I guess the two main ones we're talking about are 10th Mountain and Saints and Soldiers.
Give me the gun! Oh. Hey! Hey!
So, two choices that we think maybe people wouldn't have seen.
Yeah, quite
Potentially.
possibly. I think the die-hard fans would probably have seen
Yeah.
potentially both. Saints and Soldiers, yes, maybe not
Yeah.
10th Mountain, because that's more
quite
of a
popular. Saints and Soldiers was quite a popular DVD back in the day,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's an interesting story. American-based again. I mean, both of these are American-based, and
Yeah.
we're from England, so you know, and we always get these comments about, "What are you doing? Why are you doing American
Yeah.
soldiers?"
So, can we just leave this easy company?
Guys!
What? No, of course we can't.
Guys!
We can't just leave it to another company just to get shredded by another side.
Guys! Hello!
Shut the hell up!
So, basic story. This is around is it the Malmedy massacre?
Yeah,
Which is quite an
Yeah,
unusual
which-
subject to start.
100%.
film
I
on.
mean, it's something that's, I mean, obviously absolutely tragic, and you know, war crimes and whatnot happened during, you know, the Battle of the Bulge and that sort of in Belgium and during the
Yeah.
Christmas period. But yeah, it's awful, and obviously it's a true story. It's just a horrific one, really, isn't it?
And it's interesting how it's not really about that. It sort of uses that as a way to get into the story.
This way! Come on! Take it!
There's a group of soldiers, unlikely personalities, American soldiers that are stranded. And and then they go on a journey
Yeah.
to get out.
In itself, I mean, I don't know what you'll probably be able to tell me what the budget was.
I think it was just under $1 million.
Yeah, and that's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
For that sort of size production
Yeah.
and sort of what they produce from that is kind of mental.
Yeah, it's true, because I think they shot on 35mm film, and you can tell it looks really good.
Yeah.
I still think, even looking at it now, I thought, wow, this is a good looking film. It seems like they've allocated their resources correctly, because they have a big set piece at the start of the film that kind of hooks you into it.
Yeah.
And then you're stranded with these 4 or 5 guys, and it's all about characters and how they kind of weave their way through
Yeah.
the story.
You'll know, I mean, how difficult it is to write characters with interesting sort of backstories, and not only that is not to be like cliche.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
And that's the big one in war films, because
Yeah.
the cliche is gonna be, you know, I got this girl back home.
yeah, 100%.
I never kissed my wife till the day we were married. All right, Deacon.
Or it's gonna be something like they shoot the wrong person.
Yeah.
They shoot an innocent person. It's just littered
Or
with
or
cliches.
it's like, you know, dirty crowd. You know,
Yeah.
this and that. It's like,
Cigaretten.
Yeah.
It's like all the stock stuff.
Yeah.
I think this film does have a fair amount of cliche in it. Like, if we're 100%
Yeah.
honest, but its heart is in the right place.
Yeah,
Do you know
100%.
what I mean?
And I guess the difficulty I saw, you know, potentially filming that film when the guys
Yeah.
went into doing it is the terrain and the weather.
Yeah.
And, you know, for example, Band of Brothers did it, but it was all artificial. It was in an
Right.
aeroplane hangar.
Yeah.
And they sort of, you know, they didn't actually go to Belgium or go to a place where it was
Yeah.
real snow, because that in itself can pose such big challenges on a film production.
For sure. And there is a scene in there with a snowstorm, and I was thinking, okay, on a low budget, how are they doing this?
Yeah.
Because it really looks like, it doesn't look like an effect on top of the shot. It
No.
looks like snow's really collecting on their helmets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just and the actors just, you know, coming from my point of view that has done, you know, been in your films
Yeah.
and stuff, like just over and over and over again doing these takes,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, it was bad enough doing it for Stranded, you know, throwing myself into a hole and getting
Yeah.
dirty and stuff, but nothing compared to what those guys would have been doing. The whole film, I don't know what the duration is, an hour and a half, is it? 90
Hour and a
minutes,
half,
something like
pretty
that.
short. But it feels about right,
Yeah.
given that this film can't have too many set pieces on a low budget.
No.
So occasionally you'll just get sort of moments in the plot where a new character, like a French woman and her daughter, are introduced.
Yeah.
And there's a moment of tension where she's got the knife. And, you know, a moment where they will find a little house or
Yeah.
something, and there'll be a floorboard that they can hide under while Germans come in and sleep on top of them.
Yeah.
It's full of moments like that are low cost, but
I mean, it's
they
tension.
have enough tension.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. I think that's it. You know, if you can build tension or sort of that grip,
Yeah,
people won't really, look else, at other things, maybe like the wardrobe or the makeup
Yeah.
or something. They'll just be like, oh my god. I think that film, I mean, just. I mean, when I first watched that, probably I was like 15, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's sort of age 16, and you were like instantly, because we came from YouTube and the videos we were watching on YouTube, that was like a massive step up in production value, in story, and obviously, I mean, I'd still, we'd still watch it now and be like, yeah, that's decent, like, and we still pick parts of it, and I was like, like at the end where it's quite a clever idea where they were dressed as German soldiers and they drove the Jeep through the German lines.
We'll cover up those weapons.
All right, Winley. Looks sick.
I'm like, oh, I like that. That's quite cool. Bit
Yeah.
different. That's cool. But I mean, from our perspective, I mean, what would you say you took from that? Did it inspire you to make a war film, or did it inspire?
Sure.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I thought Saints and Soldiers was like one of the main ones that.
Yeah.
I think it was because it wasn't Saving Private Ryan, it wasn't Band of Brothers, where the production value was so huge, and it just felt like, okay, we can try to achieve, a huge set piece with 100 German soldiers.
Yeah.
But where are we going to get all those guys from? And like, how are we going to rig them up correctly? And Saints and Soldiers was sort of a bridge between
Too far.
a bridge too far. Between what we were doing, which was like a bunch of kids just dressed in uniforms,
Yeah.
to the Saving Private Ryan, which is like millions of dollars and huge amount of resources.
Saints and Soldiers.
I mean, it's interesting. Like 10th Mountain is, I mean, it has something like 1 point something million views. I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. If people don't really know about 10th Mountain, it's really good, as in a YouTube video. Especially coming back to like, it was I think it was Alan. I think his name was
Alan Larson.
Yeah. And it was it said it was like a school project or a college project,
Right.
or something like that. Even so, if it wasn't, for what it was worth, it was really entertaining. The actual story, because that's the interesting part, is the story that he has decided to tell.
Yeah.
Because that story resonates throughout everything that we do now, with, racism. And obviously you've got this Filipino soldier that comes into a platoon of American soldiers, the 10th Mountain, whatever, and a few certain soldiers don't like him because he looks, or he's a Japanese soldier.
Some new guy. Some Jap captain named Kabanko or something.
What? A Jap captain?
Well, hell, he looks Japanese anyway. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. The only thing I know is he's to be our new unit leader.
Off the bat, you're like, oh, he's been chucked into this situation, and already, some of his squad members like him, some of them don't.
I've been in the field using a map and compass since 41. I know exactly where we are. I know exactly what we need to do to get where we need to be. So just trust me.
Production value, again, it's got... I'm going to be one of those classic... I'm going to be one of those classic, commenters that are like, this gear's not right. This gear's not right.
Is that true then?
There's certain things dotted around that I think that weren't accurate, historically accurate. But for the most part, they got it right. The only thing that puts me off, and this is completely no fault of their own, they had no resource to sort of change the location. It was set, I think, between the German and Italy border, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And I think personally,
Or is it French Italy, right?
yes, French
border,
Italy, yeah. And the terrain, that terrain that they're filming in, obviously, probably didn't look anything like the terrain that we're less sort of we don't really have that problem when we were filming, because a lot of the British countryside is exactly like Normandy. Do you know what I mean? You've got the hedgerows, you've got, you know, open plains. It's very similar. I mean, obviously, geographically, we are very close anyway. We could get away with filming in a field down the road because it looks like Normandy, or it could look like Normandy. Whereas when Americans are filming short films and it's based in France, a lot of their locations wouldn't fit that French countryside.
Gutman, check the officer.
That's not, you know, saying, oh, you know, you haven't done this, whatever. Yeah. It's literally what they had, you know.
Also, I swear there's a moment on the gear front where he says, "Can you radio this in?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll radio it in." And the guy picks up like a canister and like pretends to beep, boop, 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 like that. And I swear, I don't know if it's a real. It doesn't look like a real radio to me.
Probably not.
We're gonna search this area to see if there's anything else around.
We have that experience, don't we? Where we were very fortunate growing up that we were able to get our hands on a few good, accurate bits of kit. But many people just improvise. You know, oh, that'll do.
Yeah.
But, you know, and that's a big thing. You'll know more so than me that the story is the thing that should drive the film.
Yeah.
Not what they're wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, it might take, you know, if something's inaccurate or something's not correct, or it might take you out or pull you out of that moment. But, you know, if you've got an amazing story, good acting, you know, the camera, you know, the sound and the camera, all the basics of that sort of, you know, production, right, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think there's actually one scene where he's talking to, you know, the main, like, hench guy.
Yeah, sergeant.
Yeah, the sergeant who...
That's, like, decides to spit every 2 seconds.
He's like...
And he's like, yes, Captain.
Yeah, he's the one who dislikes him the most.
Yes, massively.
And then the Filipino guy jumps on the potato masher.
Yeah,
saves his life.
And then there's a bit. Yeah, there's that bit. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, that bit is like, oh, he might like him now.
Yeah. And he doesn't immediately. He's not immediately like,
no,
I love you. He's like, they overplay a little bit the whole like him watching and being like, wow, okay, you did that, you saved us. But he gradually starts to talk with him more and ask him more questions and open him up. And it culminates in this scene that I really actually thought, wow, that's a really interesting bit of writing, where the Filipino guy's saying, hey, look, you're closer to Germans, you know, than I am to Japanese.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to send me to the Pacific, you know, for that reason, that they might confuse me with a Japanese person.
That line, I'm glad you brought that up, because that line, you look more German than I do Japanese. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really clever. Just that little bit. And they think, fuck yeah, do you know what? Yeah. They do.
Yeah.
I mean, the acting wasn't too bad, to be honest. No,
I don't know. I think the acting in places was where it lets it down.
This is coming from a point of view of watching YouTube videos, though.
Yeah.
I mean, as a YouTube video, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
you know?
True. I think for me, I thought there was like a lot of clarity, story clarity. You get who dislikes who, and you get what they're talking about and what they want, etc. But I think with more nuanced acting, that it could have been raised to the Saints and Soldiers level, where it's hard to underestimate like how much that does for a film, like in terms of being able to play really cliched stuff, which is in 10th Mountain as well, like the whole "this is my girl back home."
She was Filipina. I married her there on the island. A year later, we had a boy.
Yeah.
And you know, when people sit down and they're like, and they find out that about how much they love bubblegum or some, you know, like something to humanize them. If you have bad actors playing that stuff, it plays super hammy. And I think
Massively.
that's what 10th Mountain sometimes gets into, is like, okay, oh, this is mega cliche.
Yeah.
So me and Forbes decide we should probably get the hell out of there. By way of second story window, though.
Lord, Mickey, you're thick.
So we make about a block away down the street before we get stopped by the sergeant. And he's like, aren't you the boys from Rogers Pub? Naturally, we say, sir, no, sir. But he sees that we're drunk. And he sees that Forbes is limping.
I mean, we're nitpicking now, aren't we? Really, as in, like, with this, we both love it, and that's why we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a line that just sticks in my head. Something about him being hungry. It's like, something, and he's like, so's my stomach. I'm starving.
Right.
And it's like, first come, first serve when he's getting the soup, and there's just like just two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bothers me. Yeah, it bothers me too. But so does my stomach. Damn, I'm starving.
Yeah, is that soup done yet?
Yeah, it's done. Come on, first come, first serve.
Don't get me wrong. We were there. We did it. We did some awful things.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad, actually. No, as in terms of short films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, we will still go on YouTube and watch videos from years ago, and they are awful. Some of them are awful, but fair play. Fair play to the people that are doing it. They're going out and they're doing it.
Yeah.
More so than, you know, there's a lot of people that will just look at something, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, or I don't think it's good enough. Just go and do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just go and do it. Have fun. 10th Mountain, great. Kudos to all of you that are involved in that. Well done.
Yeah, well done, 10th Mountain. And
So-
Saints and Soldiers.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. If you want to like, comment, and subscribe to Ben's channel,
We will make more.
we will.